Hey there, Charlie here. I kind of just feel like it's gonna be a weird camera angle because I'm up in like Midwest campsite. Pre-COVID, a lot of places here were more utilized. They're kind of not anymore. You're gonna see me like moving and just sorry. I'm feeling very much the urge to just share things and this deep awareness that there's not really anywhere on campus that you can be private. Technically, one spot that you can pre-reserve near the trailer park that I have to go to guest services for a key for, or another spot down by the lake for giving services to others. Hi, I put enough bug spray on me so that you shouldn't do that. No, thank you. No, thank you. Go away. And yeah, I've got my room. I just know what I can hear, so I know what others can hear me say and do. I'm so looking forward to I'm so looking forward to the privacy that I know exists at the apartment I'm going to. I was there for a month before I came here. You can kind of hear people and things, but not like I can here. I don't even know if I said hi. Charlie here? Good Lord. I'm just not feeling okay for so many reasons. My anorexia is back. And really and truly, it's been mostly binge eating and binge purging and like the exercise side of anorexia, I guess you could call it, since childhood, when we really had a spell with anorexia. Story time. The summer between 6th and 7th grade. There's a person. Okay. Gonna head to her room and I'll tell you what I'll tell you there. Well, I sat in SAP. You know what? I just saw my Bob's Burgers tarot deck, and I'm just gonna shuffle these because it'll make me feel better to shuffle, and I'll see what we pull. It's late enough that I feel semi-okay talking. I don't know. She's not complained that I wake her up or anything. It's just hard. Hey, me in March. Living here is gonna be harder than you think. Hey, she says back, I know. Why do you think we set up the vlog? We knew this was going to be hard. We knew that there were going to be challenges. We knew there were going to be unexpected things. We knew there were going to be romantic entanglements that would probably blow up in our faces, which have. He was so angry that I had talked about us with my friends. I'm so sorry, but if you want something that is not how we typically operate, staying silent, you have to request that. You have to say so. You can't just be mad at me for doing what I do. You did not do your homework. And that's what we were trying to give him, was homework. when we overwhelmed him with information. Yeah. Lessons, right? I don't see that as being a bad thing. He was very angry with me. I have no idea how he's going to take knowing that I'm talking about him like this. Probably not well. I didn't think a friend would do that. Like, I didn't think a friend would lie to me repeatedly. I was lied to. I was told that he wouldn't do exactly what he did. Sorry, there's a bird that just decided to show up and be like, hi, get back to what you were talking about, please. Stop talking about him. Gladly. All right. So, summer between 6th and 7th grade, I was about 5 foot tall. I weighed about 250 pounds. I had gone to a different middle school in 6th grade because I went to an IB program, International Baccalaureate. You apply for it. It's like a more intense academic thing. And so I didn't really have friends that summer. I just was in that house with nowhere to go and no one to talk to. If there's one thing I will say, my mother was very good at just the wanting to get out of the house and do stuff on a pretty regular basis. And when I told her I really wanted to go to a Backstreet Boys concert, she was like, yeah, okay, let's do that. Charlotte, North Carolina. She was friends with the person who worked at the grocery store where you got the tickets from Ticketmaster. And she showed up and we managed to get 3rd row seats. Like, that was really solid mom behavior. Like, well done, you know? That was really cool of her. 3rd row. 3rd row to the Backstreet Boys. My first concert ever. I'd only learned about the Backstreet Boys in the 5th grade. So, it was, you know. I only had like 4 CDs at the time. I think 2 of them were Backstreet Boys. One of them was the soundtrack to Titanic. And one of them was Eminem's, I believe, Slim Shady. I honestly don't remember which one. It had Slim Shady on it, so I believe that's what I had. And the day that we got those tickets, all I could think is, oh no, they'll see me. I mean, I had no concept for just how many people would be in one of those audiences, but all I knew was 3rd row, they're gonna see me. I can't let them see me like this. As fat as the world was telling me I was. I'd stopped eating lunch, and in fact eating in front of people at all in that school year because I'd been bullied so badly in the lunchroom. I would go to lunch, I just didn't buy lunch. I didn't, you know. And when I told my mom that I wasn't buying lunch anymore, she was just like, okay. Didn't have to pay for lunch. Yay. She didn't ask anything. She was quite happy. She was like, yay, my fat daughter is finally losing weight. And I sort of did a little bit that year, but I was still had a lot of weight. And so I just decided I wouldn't eat between when I got the tickets and when the concert was, which was about 2 months away. First day, I had 2 pieces of bread. Broke down and had 2 pieces of bread. Second day, had an apple. After that, just wasn't hungry. I had shut that part of myself off. I mean, I now understand, like, we have DID. We just let that part of us drive. We let that alter be who made the decisions around food. Had fascinating implications for our sleep schedule because we would stay up all night and then sleep most of the day, which made for a very peaceful summer, actually, because we would just be in the dark in our house. We existed in our house freely for the first time because it was at night when people were asleep. It was incredible because our dad was like on disability at that point because he was like 500 pounds and he was just always around. The same man that raped me earlier in childhood before I got super fat and before he got super fat. Like, yeah, that guy. Just always around. Always around. I could exist in my room. I couldn't exist anywhere else. Not without him fucking being there. Could exist downstairs, but that's where my brother's territory was. Because his room was down there. And he also abused me, and like, I had nowhere to be, nowhere safe to go. So, I didn't hate not eating. We lost a lot of weight, very praised for it. And no, not a single adult asking, like, why haven't I seen you eat dinner? Because I was always responsible for my own food making and eating. And if they did make food, which was usually spaghetti or some shit, I don't know, if they offered it, I was like, no. Probably did say no, I already ate, but never a follow-up, not a single follow-up. And I did have some calories during that time because I would keep a bottle of Surge in my room, the soda. So I would drink like warm Surge over the course of like 2 or 3 days. I know, disgusting, right? Kids are disgusting. Humans are disgusting sometimes. But I didn't eat dinner last night because after that conversation that went much longer than I thought it was going to, and after I got like just accused of not considering his feelings, which ow, and made to feel like a complete made to feel like I was the one that had been causing all the harm by oversharing information about myself in a notebook that I had written stuff in to him. And in some texts, but genuinely what he classifies as an overwhelming amount of text, I classify as just kind of a baseline for me. Like, I am a writer. I like writing. I like writing to people. It is an overwhelming amount sometimes. I never fault anybody for not wanting to be our friend anymore. I'm very used to people just being like, actually, no, you're too much for me. Yeah. Yep, some humans are just too much. Correct. I truly thought he understood that when he said he'd seen a video. What kind of a person vlogs for a very long amount of time every day who's not too much? Come on, do your homework, people. It's fine. It's like anything, when anger flares, especially when you don't really know the person that you're like yelling at. What about me? And I hope that if he's watching this, which I'm pretty sure I like overwhelmed him to the point of like he never wants to hear another thing uttered from my mouth. I would just hope that if he's actually watching any of this and really wants to like tear into me again, he just doesn't. My outlet is always writing. When I want to say something to somebody, I write. It doesn't necessarily mean I give it to that person. I just did give it to him. And he easily could have been like, in the moment, I'm not going to do this. So I have really liked some of the friends that I've made here. I have one friend who, when I like express what it is I want to like do, like one thing I love doing, especially if I'm the one that's invited someone out to like dinner, I like to pay for them because I invited you. I'm treating you. Like, I want your time and attention and to share this with you, and I'd like to pay. Like, I just like doing that. It makes me feel good. I also recognize that it makes the other person feel uncomfortable. And the last time I took her out to dinner, I was like, would it make you uncomfortable if I paid? And she just looked at me and she's like, it would, yeah. And I was like, okay, thank you. And I didn't pay. And we had like that's the straightforwardness that I expect in any relationship that continues to exist. And it was what I expected of the relationship that felt like it was happening between us. Was I wrong? Obviously. But it lasted 4 whole days. and I don't feel like how that whole conversation went down was appropriate for how short of a duration our whole thing was. So I'm feeling unsettled by that. I'm feeling really unsettled by that. And when I woke up this morning after having not eaten dinner and not really eaten a whole lot for lunch, I felt empty. Like physically, just that like emptiness feeling of you haven't eaten in a while. And what flooded in immediately was safety. And I went, oh fuck. Oh fuck. This is what happens when a person has this kind of eating disorder history and a complete lack of control of their lives. It's interesting. Being here has helped with the binge eating disorder issues that I've been struggling with since COVID. Because I haven't had the option of repeating that pattern of behavior much. Like, there aren't really foods here that, like, certain foods obviously trigger a binge for anybody with binge eating disorder. All of the foods here are very different than the foods that we used to binge on, and we've just had to learn to just be okay when the sadness and the depression and the just other feelings overwhelm. And so the emotional eating hasn't really been a part of it, at least for me, which I'm very grateful for. It's been very helpful. And I have had a lot of moments of like no control over my life, but I've always had it within the safety of my marriage and with my dogs. And here, my life is spinning completely out of control for me. And I have nothing to ground externally. People around me don't feel safe because they don't know who we are on that really deep level. Nobody here watches my vlogs. Some people have been starting to kind of watch the ones that I'm oversharing about my frustrations with PNC. But like, no, why would they watch a vlog of somebody who's like working here? That's weird. Like that's more or less the vibe that I got, which I can't help but kind of agree. Although if someone else was vlogging here, I love vlogging. Like I love being in the audience for what folks like to share when I also feel a kindred nature to the interaction. Parasocial relationships. Great for neurodivergent people. Obviously problematic in many ways too. We're all trying to figure this shit out. Because obviously the one-sided nature of anything is not always that helpful, right? But no, I don't feel safe here with anybody in a full way, because I am just expecting anyone here to just say, "You've officially overwhelmed me, Charlie. I can't anymore." And he did that. Guy earlier in the season, he didn't really do that, but he actually was way more mature about it. He was just like, I see where this is going. It's not what I want. And I appreciated that he said that. I really did. Yeah. And that's, see, like, yeah, I'm a lot. I'm sort of a buffet of trauma history. But like, what does anyone do here if they do experience exactly what I've been experiencing, even just in terms of relationship stuff, and they're overwhelmed and they don't feel like they trust anybody and they don't know where to turn, and they like I know how to handle the fact that I'm having a flare of anorexia. I have a lot of excess weight. I'm not overly concerned about letting myself sit in this for today, maybe the next couple of days. Spiritual fasting routinely is just a thing. A 3-day fast is not that uncommon. Excuse me, I'm gonna hit this real quick. I'll go get my stuff in just a moment. I would go get stuff out of the washing machine, but I did just walk by the dryers and they are all full, so it's gonna take me just a little bit longer. Y'all let me know when it's time to go. We will stop you. Okay. See, sometimes you add internal timers too. Yeah, but what does anyone do? Like, really and truly, what would people in culture here like me to do about the knowledge that the stress of their response and my attempt at a fling, at any sort of a relationship with another human here, and just my own insecurities about the fact that talking like this feels like I'm going to get fired because that's what the commentary has been from others. I'm completely overwhelmed. What am I supposed to do? Go talk to you, tell you that I'm experiencing a flare of anorexia? What are you actually going to do about that? Tell me that I need to go to the ER so that they can throw me in a psych ward for a week? Have you ever been to a psych ward? Are you aware that that does nothing but cause more harm? Bob's Burgers Tarot deck. Tell me. What should I do? This card. Five of Cups in the reverse. I love this fucking deck. Oh, what do I do about the anorexia? I don't know, get drunk. To be completely honest, pop a gummy, you'll probably be hungry. That would make sense, but I'm not gonna do that. I don't know what Five of Cups in the reverse means. I heard it means you need to stop basically taking yourself so seriously. I don't actually have anorexia flaring, I have the pattern flaring so that I can move it out. Yeah. That's why I'm allowing this to just sort of coexist with me, these feelings, this desireless desire, like to let go of things from a somatic place means you have to re-experience it, at least a little bit. Anyone who's done EMDR understands that. And this is how we've been healing our trauma for quite some time. It's how we've been healing our trauma in an accelerated way in recent years. Oh, Sunshine, I love you, but ow, too much. Oh, it's so much better. Oh. Sunshine actually literally makes me dizzy still. Woof. But yeah, I'm just playing in. Oh, you know what? Honestly, I would actually like to tell PNC, hi, I'm currently in an anorexia spell. I'm not eating any of the food. Can I not be charged, please? Because that's just adding insult to injury. No. I really don't want there to just be like we dismiss Charlie because she's just got too much mental health shit going on, and I really do. I do. I just am not the only one. And I'm a little bit worried that that's how the narrative's going to play out. This is a Charlie issue, not a Charlie's, using her last time here, her last moments here, to pull forward the things that she's ready to let go of and transmute, and being public about it, because I've been public about everything. I cope with a hard life better than most. I have way more tools because I've spent a lifetime gathering them, and what I lack is external support in big ways. That is par for the course, so I do at least know what to do with that. I just wanted to share that with you. I didn't come here expecting for anyone to want to be my friend or to want to be in any sort of a relationship with me, with us. It's what I'd hoped for. It's what I'd prayed for, begged the universe for, please. I've only had people that want to get away from me. Can I please have people that want to be near me? Can I please have people who want to regularly interact with me? Can I please have people who want to hang out with me? Can I please have people who appreciate who I am? I think I found that. I'm scared it's not real. I'm scared it's part of some sort of, you only keep friends here if they keep coming back, or I don't know, they're less complicated than me. I'm not really different in person than I am on here. I mean, when I'm working, I'm definitely full service mode. I'm trying to make whoever I'm interacting with feel like the center of the universe in that moment, because I'm either helping them with something that's not working, or I'm helping someone who has an accessibility need in a place that is not accessible. Do you know how many people apologize for getting on the cart? I'm so sorry that you need to cart me around. It's a literal honor to cart you around. I had someone last night that I told I'm leaving. He's a very, like, put a positive spin on it kind of guy. He's like, well, at least it's your choice. And I just looked down and I was just like, my choice. I felt really mistreated here and really unseen, despite the fact that I've been very, like, loud the whole time, in a way that's been really debilitatingly painful. I'm not leaving because I want to. I'm leaving because it's not safe for me to stay here without the tools that I need to survive it. And yeah, I am really sensitive. Physiologically, Not really psychologically, to be completely honest with you. Very resilient. I'm very resilient. I'm just tired. Tired, and I'm lonely, and because I am different, I don't get to play here anymore. I don't get to build the relationships that get really deep in September and October based on what I've heard. If that would have ever actually happened for me at all, I don't know. I leave parties early, although not necessarily. I only leave parties early when everything that's happening is just too much. But I also don't go to many parties, so. I like more structured group activities. I've been to like all but one open mic this whole season, and all of them. I like either helping to set up or put away, stay the whole time. All right, there's not. You're just sitting here watching me cry. I'm sorry. I'm just. The value, what I'm losing here are the people. They will have no reason to reach out to me after I leave. They're all going to be too busy doing all of the things that they're doing here. There's very little outside world that happens when you're here because of how loud so much is. Like, I overwhelmed that guy just by being myself because of how everything here has made him too. And I see the other things that people are dealing with that are very similar. They're interpersonal in nature. They're conflict based, but also deeply conflict avoidant, which is its own form of hell. And I know that the space I'm, making by leaving is going to be filled by things that I'm sure people want, because I very much get the sense that I am not. Truly, I feel like people are very happy I'm leaving. They're just not maybe saying it, or maybe they are to each other. I don't know. Not everybody, but very much get the sense of, oh, thank God. It's kind of getting a little tired of the Charlie show. Yeah. Sorry for existing. Not gonna stop vlogging. Not gonna stop exploring. Not gonna stop tattling when I see shit that I don't like. Does this whole speech not feel a little, is she leaving today? It does to me. I probably just need to eat something. Well, I guess we're fasting. just heard sorry, gotta do this. Yeah, okay. Well, please don't be concerned for me or for us when it comes to this. This is me holding space for my anorexia so that it can have its say and so that we can just allow ourselves to exist like this, to say goodbye to it. That's what we're doing. Which will just ultimately be healthier for everything we're doing with food going forward anyway. And also, side note, this is just a little like, what the fuck? There are no smoothies on this campus. What the fuck? Why are there no smoothies on this campus? I would absolutely treat myself to a smoothie a week at minimum in the cafe if there were smoothies. I love smoothies. Smoothies are like a love language. They're like a dietary staple for me. Fucking love smoothies. Yeah, pack a bunch of vegetables I'm not going to eat on my own into a thing that's filled with fruit. Plus, it's summer. Staff don't have air conditioning. I bought my own. It's back there. Technically, that was not allowed, but it's not written down anywhere. It's just sort of one of those don't do that. And I was told by many people that I was gonna get in trouble for it, and then so far I haven't gotten in trouble for it, and so I'm very confused. But smoothies. Omega, you're missing out on a cash cow here. Smoothies. Come on. Staff alone would pay for, like, come on. Smoothies. It's a holistic healing center. People want smoothies. Plus, they just make you feel good, especially on a travel day. If you're not smoothieing yourself through travel days, you're not doing it right. Gets you hydration, gives you everything your body needs to be okay with the fact that you are dealing with travel and everything involved in travel. Keeps you regular, which is also just helpful. Smoothies. Put them on the fucking menu. All right, I really am done. I love you. I love you so much. I'll keep you updated. We'll talk soon. Bye.